The magician Phù Ái, robbing money, saving the country. That afternoon, after school, four friends Hong Fat, Bin Min, Ngoc Lin, and Hoang Nam stood together in front of the school gate, waiting for their relatives to pick them up. Besides the gossip, Hong Fat suddenly noticed a bill sticking out of Ngoc Lin's basket. As a joke, Hong Fat gently pulled out the bill, causing Ngoc Lin to immediately turn around, grab Hong Fat's hand, take back the bill and complain. Hong Fat. All the troubles in this world are due to greed. Stealing from others is an evil act. Hong Fat looked at Ngoc Lin, not willing to give up, and immediately replied, I just took it for fun. You always talk so terribly. If you are so good, then talk about real corruption, not just this small matter. Ngoc Lin hesitated a bit, then spoke in a low voice, her eyes shining with seriousness. Do you know, embezzlement and waste are not only bad actions but also disrespect for our country. Vietnamese people love their country very much, but if we do not know how to preserve it, war will also come from greed. Bin Min frowned, patted Ngoc Lin's shoulder. Come on Lin, listening to you. It sounds like you're moving from one story to another. Can you be more specific? Ngoc Lin shrugged, then smiled slightly, and began to tell a story about a person he admired very much. Okay, let me tell you the story of Mr. Nguyen Sin Sac, our Uncle Ho's father. Ngoc Lin said that Mr. Nguyen Sin Sac, a mandarin of the ancient court, used to be an official of Binh Dinh province. He was an upright person, hated embezzlement, and especially those who colluded with the French to exploit innocent people. Once, he harshly punished a notorious greedy rich man in Binh Dinh, because he not only embezzled money from the people but also colluded with the French colonialists for personal gain. Ngoc Lin lowered her voice, her narrative voice becoming more captivating. But unfortunately, Mr. Nguyen Sin Sac did not know that this man had a heart disease. When he was beaten, he collapsed and died on the spot. And from then on, the French had an excuse to interfere in the affairs of the Hue court. They were forced to remove him from office and exile him to Con Dao. That was a major event in his life, but also a turning point in the life of Nguyen Tat Ton, that is, our Uncle Ho. Bin Min's eyes widened in surprise. So what happened next? What did Nguyen Tat Ton do? Ngoc Lin continued, her voice full of excitement. Later, Nguyen Tat Ton was determined to find a way to save the country. From Binh Thuan, Uncle Ho went to Saigon, then boarded a ship to France. Uncle Ho knew that if he wanted to liberate the nation, he needed to clearly understand the enemy and the path to take. This was also the first time Uncle Ho crossed the border right in his own country. Hoang Nam, after listening to the story, thoughtfully said, You tell a great story, Lin. It is true that we Vietnamese have a strong spirit of patriotism. I find this story meaningful, helping me understand more about the patriotism and determination of those who came before. Hong Fat also nodded. He no longer saw himself as just a friend who liked to tease. He looked at Ngoc Lin, his eyes full of thought. Thank you, Lin. Your story helped me understand many things. As long as you do not have greed, you will not cause trouble. And so, the four friends laughed together, but in their hearts, everyone had a lesson about integrity, patriotism, and the awareness of preserving the good values of the nation. The story that Ngoc Lin told was like a small fire, lighting up noble things in their hearts. Foreigners do not understand what magic the Vietnamese have to protect, and for 4,000 years they have not lost their country. That magic is patriotism. People also liken it to the magic of the monk Phù Ái.